Hello, my lovely wolf pack, and welcome back to the Lone Wolf Show, brought to you by Wolfpack Media, the most entertaining place on YouTube for your news and commentary. I'm your host, Justin Huseman, founder and news contributor. We have a great show today, and I can't wait to get started, but before we do, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel. Join the pack today. Alright, guys, let's just get right into it. Big news story this week. The Trump administration classified white Afrikaners from South Africa as refugees, and it seems the Episcopal Church has ended its 40-year partnership with the U.S. government over this. It's basically citing moral outrage, seemingly because the refugees are white. Now, before we speculate too much on this, let's go ahead and take a look at the news here. La di da, la di da. From Fox News. Episcopal Church refuses to resettle white South African refugees in clash with Trump administration. The church pledges to shutter migration services rather than cooperate with Trump administration on resettling Afrikaners. Now, for those who don't know, it's basically just a term that they use over in South Africa for white South Africans, Afrikaners. I don't know. Kind of sounds like a slur to me. Like it rolls off the tongue weird. Afrikaners. You dirty Afrikaners. Alright. Let's go ahead and read this here. The Episcopal, I cannot pronounce that word. The Episcopal Church's migration service said it will refuse the Trump administration's request to help resettle dozens of white South Africans granted refugee status by the federal government. In a statement, presiding Bishop Sean Rowe said the Episcopal Migration Ministries will instead terminate its partnership with the government. The announcement came shortly before 59 South Africans arrived in the United States. In light of our church's steadfast commitment to racial justice and reconciliation and our historic ties with the Anglican Church of Southern Africa, we are not able to take this step, Rowe said, of the government's request that the church help resettle the South African citizens. Accordingly, we have determined that by the end of the federal fiscal year, we will conclude our refugee resettlement grant agreements with the U.S. federal government. It's already sounding kind of racist to me, guys. Just throwing that out there. Scrolling down. He cited their preferential treatment over others more deserving by jumping ahead of the line. So, let me ask you real quick, guys, who are these more deserving people are that we're talking about here? This doesn't seem very. I don't know much about the Episcopal Church, but I assume that they're a Christian denomination, and this just seems like completely unchristian, to be honest. Others more deserving. Like, who is more deserving? Like, I don't understand. Like, aren't all refugees, like, deserving? Like, it seems really, really wrong what they're trying to imply here. Like I said, just not very Christian, in my opinion. Anyway, it has been painful to watch one group of refugees selected in a highly unusual manner. I don't understand how it's unusual. These people went to the embassy in South Africa. They applied for refugee status here in the United States, and that status was granted. So, I'm not really sure what he's talking about here when he says unusual, in a highly unusual manner. You mean the proper way to immigrate here? the proper way to claim asylum is it's highly unusual. This is what we've gotten to the point, folks, is that it seems to this pasture here that it's highly unusual that people apply for asylum and then the government grants them said asylum because they went through the proper channels and did it the right way. So I'm not seeing how it's unusual. Anyway, highly unusual manner, received preferential treatment over many others who have been waiting in refugee camps or in dangerous conditions for years, said Rode. I am saddened and ashamed that many of the refugees who are being denied entrance to the United States are brave people who worked alongside our military in Iraq and Afghanistan and now face danger at home because of their service to our country. Yeah, see, I just don't agree, bro. I don't agree. I just don't. I also grieve that victims of religious persecution, including Christians, have not been granted refugee in recent months. Our refuge in recent months, he added. The move came after President Donald Trump fast-tracked refugee status for the white South Africans, citing discrimination by their government, while also shutting down most refugee resettlement programs. The Trump administration has harshly criticized the government of South Africa. President Cyril Ramaphosa, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, I don't know, over a land exploration bill. Expropriation bill. Okay. Which, under some circumstances, allows for expropriation of land without compensation. Now, come on, guys. Like, yeah, the government straight up taking people's land in South Africa with, like, what seems to be for no fucking reason other than they're white. So, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Sounds kind of fishy to me. Sounds kind of messed up, and I don't know. I don't understand why it's such a big deal. It's only like a couple dozen people. Trump has said the bill discriminates against white South Africans, which it does. I encourage you guys to go look that up. Oh my God, my computer's acting stupid. Yeah, the White House told Fox News Digital that the church's stance raises questions about its supposed commitment to humanitarian aid. Yeah, I agree. Any religious group should support the plight of Afrikaners, who have been terrorized, brutalized, and persecuted by the South African government, a spokesperson said. The Afrikaners have faced unspeakable horrors and are no less deserving of refugee resettlement than the hundreds of thousands of others who were allowed into the United States during the past administration. True. Fact. President Trump has made it clear refugee resettlement should be about need, not politics. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't mind refugees coming to the United States, but, like, first of all, it has to be through the proper channels. You can't just walk through our front door there. You can't just walk through the border. You have to apply for asylum. You have to apply for refugee status. And yeah, it seems as though these people did. They did it the proper way. And for that, the government approved their refugee status. I don't see, this is my argument with people on the left, is that, like, all we ask for is for people to do this the right way. And people act like, no, there's no way. Like people act like there's no, like, proper channels that you can go through to get asylum here in this country. Like, there is. You just, yeah, you go to your, like I said, you go to your embassy, or your what's it called? I don't know. You go to a U.S. embassy in your country, dude, and you apply for asylum or refugee status, dude, and the government will do a check on you and all that, and make sure that you're not, like, a crazy psycho murderer, and then they will and then they'll also look at the circumstances in your home country, and then if it seems that you are indeed in in danger, in immediate danger, then they will grant you refugee status here in the United States, and you will be allowed to come right on over. Like, so I don't. That's all we on the right are asking for. I don't think it's that big of a fucking deal. Jesus, have you ever been to a DMV? That's basically what you're doing, bro. uh, Episcopal, I'll read on. Episcopal Migration Ministries has helped resettled refugees under federal grants for nearly 4 decades. So, like 40 years. Uh, However, just over 2 weeks ago, the government told the EMM that under the terms of its federal grant, it was expected to resettle white South Africans, whom the U.S. government has classified as refugees, Rose said. He said the church will work to find other ways to service refugees. Meanwhile, Church World Service, another faith-based agency that assists refugees, said it remains committed to serving eligible refugees. Great. At least somebody's out here like, yeah, we will take care of this. Like, we are concerned that the U.S. government has chosen to fast-track the admission of Afrikaners while actively fighting court orders to provide life-saving resettlement to other refugee populations who are in desperate need of resettlement. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, dude, but that sucks. But that's just how it is. Santos urged Congress and the Trump administration to restore a robust refugee resettlement program that provides refugee families who remain in grave danger. That seems to be all of that there. Well, look, I don't know, guys, but to me, at least, like some of this stuff is sounding pretty goddamn racist. But I don't want to go on too much about it until we look at a couple of things here. Now, interestingly, like I said, we're only talking about, this is only 59 people. 59 people, guys. Only 59 people, like less than 60 people. Uh, so, dude, well, I just want to say, like, nobody said a goddamn word about the millions of people that we let through the southern border illegally. Like millions, dude, millions of unvetted people that just came in. We don't know where they are. We don't know what the fuck they're here for. Like, we probably don't even know their names. Like, so, and we didn't hear a peep, but we got like these 59 people from South Africa, and and everybody loses their fucking mind, and I'm just like, the hypocrisy. Like, I don't know about it. Let us know down in the comments. Like, do you guys see the hypocrisy here? I'm just saying. I digress. It seems as though they are fleeing due to persecution, and in some instances, it's being called a genocide. Like, apparently, and I didn't know a lot about this until I decided to get into this story today. Apparently, this has been going on for a while, where they're like going out, there's like gangs of violent criminals going out and killing white farmers in South Africa, like brutally murdering them in a lot of these instances, like raping their children and murdering them, and like, yeah, there's some, from what I've read, I'm not going to discuss it right here on this channel, but I would encourage you guys to check out like some of that stuff, because there are those in the media right now that will have you believe that this isn't even happening. So, but, well, I got a video here for you guys I want you to check out real quick, just so you guys can kind of take a look at this video, and y'all can form your own opinions. But trust me, man, there's some weird shit going on in South Africa, and you guys should definitely look it up. Let me bring the video up for you really quick here. Alright, so we got this first video here. It's only a couple of seconds. So this is like a crowd of people here. Yeah, let's just go ahead and take a look if I can get it to play. There we go. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on there, to be honest. Oops. Oopsies. Get back into my bookmarks. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. I don't think I wasn't able to find the that video where it was translated, but he says here from the person that shared it, they're saying shoot to kill the boar, the farmer, fra 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 fra. Yeah. Yeah, they're apparently what they were chanting there was shoot to kill the boar, the farmer. Yeah. And then we got this next video here.
Shoot to kill the mother, kill the poor, the farmer, kill the poor, the farmer. Brr, pa, pa, brr, pa, pa. Attention.
Yeah, and that's like thousands of people, bro. Like, look at that shit. Like, EFF. Yeah, I'm not really sure what that stands for. Like I said, I'm just learning about all this crap today, dude. But look at all those people, dude. They're like filling up a whole stadium with people like chanting to, and they're like doing this with their hands, like going shoot to kill, shoot the boar. And I guess boar is like some sort of like racial slur in South Africa for white farmers, I suppose. So yeah, it's definitely some disgusting racist shit going on over there, if you ask me. But yeah, now for context, I also want to show you guys what CNN is kind of saying about this. Let's go ahead and take a look at. I got a couple videos here from CNN. We'll start with this one.
Native to that land, and part of that is that the people who are native to that land deserve their rightful land back. That is not what the Afrikaners actually want to have happen, which are the white Africans, and so who are not originally from Africa, who colonized South Africa also. And so that is what they are saying is discrimination. Now, if the Constitution in South Africa is discriminatory, they have their checks and balances in that land, just like we do. And that is for them to, so if the Afrikaners don't actually like the land, they can leave that country.
They are. They're leaving to come here.
No, they can
These
leave
refugees
and go,
are coming here.
They can actually leave and go to where their native land is, which is probably Germany.
Are you against them coming here?
Holland, probably. Holland.
What did you guys hear what she just said? She basically told them to go back to their country of origin. Oh my god. Dude, this is so weird. And it's like it's so weird because that's like something that like white supremacists say, like actual white supremacists. Like fucking go back to your country, fucking stupid freaking like she's like
no, they need to go back to Europe. Okay, they go back to Europe.
What the fuck, bro? It gives me a headache, guys, to be really honest. Well, Scott Jennings had a little bit more to say here about this, so we'll listen to what he had to say.
No problem with 20 million. I mean, I do think it's not alleged discrimination that these people are facing in South Africa. I mean, the law there absolutely allows their property to be confiscated. They are subject to racial discrimination. Some have been subject to violence from some reports that I have read. I mean, we're talking about 50-something people, and the people who seem to be angriest about this today had no problem with 20 million coming here. Some of the worst people in the world coming here, including gang members and so on and so on.
See, that's exactly what I was saying earlier. Like, they seem to have no problem with tens of millions of unvetted, illegal aliens just walking through our fucking border. But, these 59 couple of white people from South Africa, they're like, no, you go back to Europe. Like, I don't know, dude. I really think it's just TDS. I think it's just Trump derangement syndrome, dude. That these people, it doesn't matter what it is. If Trump does something, it's automatically, by virtue of the fact that Trump did it, it must be bad. And I don't know about you guys, but that's not the way that people should be using their brains. Like, like you have to be like, okay, so if Trump does do something good, we're okay with that. Like, you can't just be like, Trump does something good and we're gonna bitch about it, or Trump does something bad, we're gonna bitch. It doesn't matter what he does, we're gonna bitch about it. Because even if it's a good thing, we're still gonna flip out, and that none of that makes sense, man. Anyway, let's get back here.
For us. So I don't have a lot of sympathy for the folks who are outraged today after what happened to this country over the last several years, over 50-something people who are clearly being discriminated against in South Africa. Well, the previous administration had priorities about who to let in, including, all kinds of folks who I would argue shouldn't be here. This administration, I guess, is going to set priorities about who not to let in.
But let's just be honest about what those priorities are, right? And by the way, I'm a Democrat here. I did not defend the Biden administration on immigration.
Okay.
But you voted for him.
So that doesn't mean that I
You
defended
voted,
him on
you voted for a
immigration.
continuation of it in 2024, did you not?
I did not vote for his policies on immigration.
But you voted.
Did you vote? Do you?
Yeah,
Okay,
but
you voted to extend the immigration policies of the last administration.
No.
That's enough of that. Yeah, let's. I don't get it, man. well, yeah. So I don't know, man. You guys let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, because it's looking a little racist to me. Like, it's a lot of this rules for me, or rules for thee but not for me type shit. And I don't know, I'm not here for it, man. I'm not here for any of that crap. But we'll leave it there for you guys. Let us know what you think in the comments, and I really implore you, go look about some of these problems that are happening in Africa. I know Timcast did an interview with a South African activist on this matter. I'd encourage you guys to go check that out. But yeah, we will be doing one more show for you, or one more episode for you guys later tonight, for our nightly edition of the Lone Wolf. I wanted to do an extra video for you guys because there was quite a bit of news that I missed from yesterday. But yeah, make sure you follow us on X and Facebook, and subscribe to us here on YouTube at Wolfpack Media 92, and we will see you guys in a little bit. Peace.